Come on in, everyone. Come on in because I'm finally here. I'm late. I'm definitely late because I am still sick, y'all. I'm still sick. They say I got this COVID variant, the flare or something like that. Oh, good Lord. I must have picked it up on my cruise. You know, that's where I went on my vacation. My husband and I did a cruise to Alaska. It was nice. And then the last day, right before we were about to get off the ship, I started to get a scratchy throat. And lo and behold, by the time we flew home, I was full on sick. So here I am, still sick. So this episode is Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 25. And appropriately, the name of the episode is Cut the Cameras. So that's what I'm doing. I'm cutting the cameras because after I watched myself on that last video, I said, oh, good Lord. I'm not going to torture y'all no more with that look. I looked a mess. The dark circles under my eyes, my watery eyes, my puffy face. I said, shoot, I look like I've been in a prison brawl. I look like I've been in the, what's it called? The hole, when you mess up and you go to the hole for solitary confinement. Shoot, I said, I ain't going to put y'all through that torture. So, but I'm here to catch up on the episode because I did watch it while I was sick in bed. And I want to talk about it because I want to be ready for tonight's new episode so I can get back on track. But we got to talk about this because like I said, I'm cutting the cameras for my review. And it looks like Teeny said, I'm cutting the cameras on Rob. Rob was like, what's going on with the internet? Are you going to call the internet company? She goes, I don't need to call no internet company. I'm the one that cut off that internet. You don't get to look at me. You don't get to look at me after you set me up with your mama. My thing is this. I don't mind a son supporting her mom if he wants to. But I thought that Rob had a brother on the outside that he was supposedly in business with. So what I'm kind of wondering is, why isn't the brother the one giving the mom the money? And I still want to know what Rob does. How the hell is Rob up in prison being able to make all this money with a partner, so-called, that's on the outside, his brother, but his brother can't give his mother no money, and he got enough money to pay all Teeny's bills and also give his mama another $100 a week, and she says she want to raise to $175. I said, man, what is going on with prison life? I'm out of touch. I'm so out of touch, y'all. I'm so out of touch that when Rob said he was going to stay in prison a little longer so he didn't have to take a piss test, I said, what? So you willing to stay in prison longer because you don't want to have to take a piss test? He said, I'm going to stay in here a couple of months longer so that way when I get out, I'm free to travel with you. I guess prison ain't that bad. At least not for Rob when you got cameras and he probably got a private chef. He probably got Tru in there cooking for him. He probably got a private chef, a private cell, an unlimited phone plan. But I do agree with Teeny, y'all. I'm thinking, when I first heard that Rob was incarcerated for 16 years for armed robbery on the first offense, I did think that was a little bit excessive, an excessive prison system. I guess they're in Oklahoma. I wish there was some lawyers in my lawyers out here viewing this video and let me know, is this common? 16 years for armed robbery first offense. He must have really done something to give him that much more time. Did he shoot somebody? Dang, it doesn't say he murdered anybody. So I know it's the use of a firearm, but I just thought that was excessive. She said she started a petition and it didn't go nowhere. She only got 3,000. She only got 3,000 people to help her reduce his sentence. So he's been in there 16 years, and he said, you know what? I don't mind doing another couple of months. Something is telling me that Rob is going to like the inside more than he likes the outside. Something is telling me this, y'all. I really hope it's not true, but he just seems way too comfortable up there in that prison system. But Teeny told us a little bit more about her story. I was wondering what her story was, but now we find out that the two children that she has, the oldest one's father had passed away when she was 1 year old. And then the son, the younger one, Nehemiah, his father is virtually non-existent. So when she met Rob, he was like Santa Claus. I see now why Teeny's with Rob. If you think about it, is it really that bad of a deal, ladies? Is it that bad of a deal? Let's say you're out there in the world. You're really struggling to raise your kids, pay your bills, do what you need to do. And you got 2 kids by 2 different men. None of those men are stepping up to help you with those children, pay no bills for those children. Those men aren't stepping up to help you. And here comes Rob. Rob comes along. Yeah, he's in prison, but he's willing to let you be a stay-at-home mom. All your bills paid. All you got to do is once a week, you got to drive up to the prison to go see him. Hell, I drive to work every single day. It takes me 40 minutes up, 40 minutes back, 5 days a week. And I still got to pay my own bills. So, I don't know. This is starting to sound like a good deal for Teeny. I might see why she went for this. So all she got to do is give him access to her, look at her. But then guess what? When she really get mad, she just cut them cameras off like she just did. But I know she ain't going to do it for too long, because the minute she cut off her cameras, he going to cut off that money. So she can play rough and tough all she wants to. But we know she not going to keep them cameras off too long, because the minute she does that, that money going to dry up. But she's in a vulnerable spot. I really hope that when Rob comes out, he stays true to her. I know they are married, so she does have some protections there, but something's telling me that Rob's money may not all be counted on the tax forms. You know what I'm saying? Something's telling me that all the money that Rob is making isn't being reported to the government. So if she ever have to go for any child support, he'd be like, I don't make no money. And then again, the children aren't even his. So, good Lord. She in a tough spot. She is in a tough spot. But that mama had her in a chokehold, and she says, I'm not having it. That mama had her in a chokehold, saying that ex-girlfriend was better than you because I used to get everything I wanted from her. She said, you don't know how to keep this mama happy. You need to do a little bit more. And Teeny was upset. She said, I'm not putting up with this. I'm leaving. I don't want to have to put up with this. And it seems like it's all over some misunderstanding or something. I don't know. But does the mama like her? Not really. She said she might grow to like her, but I don't think she gonna like her. I don't think so at all. They did introduce us to this new couple, Rick and Samantha. They said Samantha got a felony DUI. And her and Rick are old high school sweethearts. I don't know if he's sweethearts. Sweethearts. They may not be sweethearts. They might be more like Sour Patches, because their lives went in the wrong direction. They went from being a sweethearts to Sour Patches, both with alcoholic abuse tendencies. To the point that Samantha got a felony DUI. A felony DUI. What is this show? I'm telling you, this show I'm learning so much. I gotta know a felony. I know what a felony is, but how do you attach a felony to a DUI? Let me Google it real quick. Defendant charged with felony DUI causing death, face up to life in prison. So she must have caused injury or something, like bodily injury. So maybe she had an accident with her DUI. Instead of just running to a pole, she must have caused harm to another person, and maybe that's what made it be a felony. I need a lawyer on set. I need an attorney to be dropping down here and explain this criminal world to me, because I am out of my league, but I'm loving it. Y'all know I love learning new stuff, and I love learning about this show. This show is interesting to me. I don't know why I never watched this show before. I should have been watching this show like all y'all. Some of y'all said you've been watching this show for a long, long time. I should have been watching it for a long, long time, because I am really loving this show. But anyway, so you got Samantha and you got Rick. He's saying he put on her books $125 a week, and she's gonna have to do 3 years. $125 a week, $500 a month. He's putting on this woman's books so he can have access to her and talk to her. His nieces are really afraid for him. His niece was telling that story of how she works in the parole office or somewhere, and she says she sees what these inmates be doing, how they be running 2 women at one time or 2 people at one time, collecting money here, collecting money there. Shoot, people got more money in the prison system than they got on the outside world. No wonder why people keep wanting to go back. This ain't no deterrent. They need to put a cap on how much money can be put on people's books, because if you could just sit in prison and go around and ask everybody for $100, you darn near running a 24-hour GoFundMe page. Go fund my prison sentence. That's a whole new thing. GoFundMe. Go fund my prison sentence. Everybody send me $100 a month. And next thing you know, people up in prison going to have way too much money, way too much power. They need a limit on how much money prisoners can get on their books. Because I'm listening to these numbers and it's getting out of control. I tell you, and I talk about money. You know what's really getting out of control is this Shante with Tru. This is ridiculous. First of all, she talking about starting a restaurant business with Tru, and she's willing to take out $100,000 bank loan. Talking about she has good experience running a restaurant. I guess because she's run some Kentucky Fried Chickens or some Rally Burgers or something. I don't know. And then she says she's a good cook. But then when Tru's talking, and he's talking all that mess to her brother, he's talking about, yeah, I'm going to be running more of the back office, the books and stuff, and she's going to be doing all the cooking. What the hell? So you mean Shante, who says she has the know-how, the acumen, the experience running a restaurant, okay? All Tru has done was be up in prison for the last 16 years, cooking some omelets with some squid, which didn't even look good, to be honest with you. Prison food. And now he's going to come out of prison. He going to run the back office where the money resides. And Tru going to be up there cooking and cleaning and washing dishes. And she going to be the one having to pay the note on the $100,000 loan. This is some bull crap. This is such a scam. I really hope she wakes up. That brother who stole that $5,000 from her, yeah, he stole it. I believe it too, Shante. That man stole that $5,000 from you, because when he sat there and started talking about he didn't steal it, he was twitching his eyes. He couldn't even look at her straight in the eye and tell her I didn't take it. He know he took it. He talked about, yeah, I know around that time I was dealing with some addiction. Exactly. And you know you took that money and you did whatever you did with it. Whatever your thing is, whether it's crack, coke, or meth, whatever your thing is, you used it all up within 1 or 2 days. It was gone. And Tru says you need to make it right. You need to give my money. You need to give my woman her $5,000 back, because I'm over here trying to get $100,000 from her, and you need to give her that $5,000 back. What a mess. Then she says she has somebody else that stole some money from her. So Shante is just out here getting all kind of money stolen for her. She needs to be put in what they do to Britney Spears, a conservatorship, where you don't get control of your money because you've been shown to be too irresponsible. So you done lost $5,000 to a brother. The money was in a safe. What'd he do? Steal the whole safe? Somebody else stole $20,000 from you, and now you already said you done spent close to $100,000 sending it to Tru when he's in prison, and now you're about to take out another $100,000 bank loan for a man you ain't never ever seen. And wait till he actually sees Shante, because them pictures he been seeing, I'm telling you, they don't represent. There must be old pictures, because them pictures that she was sending, I'm telling you, they don't look nothing like how she looks now. Nothing. So this going in a disaster. I can already tell y'all. Somebody in the comments told me to brace myself because it starts to get really sad. And you know what? I can see it getting really sad, because I'm getting sad already watching Shante. She needs intervention, y'all. Somebody needs to do an intervention. The brother's trying to tell her, but she ain't gonna believe the brother, because the brother stole $5,000 from her. But he said, I seen Tru on the yard. I know what he's capable of doing. I know what he does. And he ain't doing you right. But when I heard him say he gonna be doing more of the background management, when he sat up here this whole time talking about how good he can cook this prison food, I was like, this is some more BS. And talking about BS, Michael revealed that he's been lying to Joey too. All these lies. All these lies. He said he might be in there for another 6 years. He's another one that likes prison, so he won't care. Joey thinks he's going to be coming home. Joey thinks Michael will be coming home soon, but Joey's like, I could be doing another 6 years up in here. Lies, lies, lies. Oh, and we did find out the lie from Rob finally. That the lie was that he has a tattoo of the ex-girlfriend on his shoulder, and he ain't told Teeny that. That's the lie. We was wondering what the lie was. I was wondering what the lie is. And so Teeny's like, she don't know what the lie is. But Teeny was telling this story how she feels as if meeting somebody in prison makes you trust them more. It was some convoluted logic that says, because there's no one in person and there's nothing for you to see of a person doing differently that makes you trust them more. No, you trust them more because you can't see. I was like, girl, Teeny, girl, listen to what you said. She was saying that she felt as if when someone's on the inside, you're able to build up more trust with them because you have time just to concentrate on your words and because you don't get to see each other. Well, that's the problem because most people lie with words. Most of the time, the only way you find out a person is lying is because you see them and their actions look different from their words. So of course you trust them more when they're in prison because you're blind and you don't have access to what they're doing and you don't have access to seeing them in their real life. So all you have to do is go off their words. And so it builds up a false trust. So Teeny's actually explaining the reason why you shouldn't be dating nobody in the prison system, because you can't validate nothing that they say. They can just sit up there and tell you whatever they want to tell you because you have no way of validating it. You have no way of proving it wrong. And that's why you have a false sense of trust. A false sense of trust. I don't know. This is a whole thing on here. I'm telling you, this, they got these laws that protect seniors against people who come in and scam seniors. They need some laws to protect regular women, citizens, even men I see now, against women and men who take their money while they're in prison. Because I'm telling you, this is a whole new ball game. I thought people were only putting money on people's books like $25 a week or something. $25, $40 a month. Shoot. These people's up into the thousands. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. And then the last little couple, if we can call them a couple, is Ayana and Jamal. We still ain't seen Jamal. Oh, no, we did see a little bit of Jamal this time. Jamal was sitting in, we did see him facing the camera, talking to the camera. But it was kind of from afar. Did y'all notice that? We don't get no close-ups of Jamal. Something going on with that. But we got Ayana. She got to go to prison too. Not prison, jail for whatever, 15 days for her DUI. She unaware. Her mama, poor her mama. Her mama going to be dealing with her all her life because Ayana's thought process is not right. She said that it's not her fault that she's going to jail for DUI. And her mama said, it is your fault. And she said, I can't control somebody giving me a DUI. I couldn't believe it came out of her mouth. I said, what? Say what? Say what now? She said, I can't control somebody giving her a DUI. Yeah, you can. Don't drive drunk or don't drive high. That's how you control it. She said, I can't stop a police officer from giving me a DUI. If he want to give it to me, he going to give it to me. Girl, not if you're not drunk or high. So when you don't feel you can control your own fate, I guess you just going to keep tripping and falling through life. Tripping and falling through life. We find out that her oldest son, she ain't even really raising him. She see him all the time. That's good, but she don't raise him. I thought that Ayana was making $600 a night at the strip club. This ain't looking good. This ain't looking good, a stripper. You told me you was making $600 a night. And now all of a sudden, you ain't got enough money to be able to pay for your children in daycare or whatever you need to do. Your mama got to raise your son. You over here giving $100 a week on Jamal for his books. So much so that she talking about, I'm willing to miss her own court date to see Jamal. She willing to be on the run to see Jamal than to make court date. This girl, she ain't got no. This is what you see when you see people sometimes in places. Last week I was talking about how sad I felt for Ayana. But when you start to see the decisions people make, you start saying, you know what? I can't stay stuck over here being sorry for you because you shooting your own self in the foot. She talking about she addicted to sex, and I know I shouldn't be sending no nude pictures over the internet, but I'm gonna make my booty clap. You want to hear my booty clap? She said she addicted to sex. She can't wait for him to get home. And she's still holding on to this fantasy that when Jamal gets out, he's going to be her hero, her Superman, her knight in shining armor. And she told her mama that, yeah, when my man gets home, he's going to be there for me. He's going to take care of me. She's going to have another big letdown. Another big letdown, which is going to lead to her getting drunk again, getting high again, which is going to lead to another DUI. Another one. It's a cycle, y'all. It is a cycle, and it really is hard to watch. I don't know what Ayana's going to do when she gets older and she can't be on that stripper pole no more. What is the time you age out of the stripper pole? Because Ayana's about 33 right now. I did watch that show. There was a show that came on. It was about the stripper life. And there was some strippers on there in their 40s, which I was surprised about that. But I don't know how long you can be a stripper, but she better start putting together her retirement plan. Because and she better start getting some sense, because the way she run around talking about she don't have no control over her life and she can't control getting a DUI, driving drunk or driving high. She irresponsible. She is irresponsible. But the boy seemed like he's well behaved with that mama. He really does. Seems like the mom's doing a good job, and the mom is like, I'm your mom. I'm going to do the best I can and help you out. But mama says she tired. Mama says she tired, and she don't see no end in sight for Miss Ayana. No end in sight. The mama might feel guilty because maybe when the mama was younger, she had Ayana. The reason why Ayana is the way she is because she probably had Ayana too young herself. And so she probably feels guilty about that too. We know how it goes. We know how parent guilt can get to you. Parent guilt can get to you. But anyway, that's it, y'all. That's it for the recap review of this episode. And I'm back on track. So I'll be on time for my review of the next episode coming back. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.